Who doesn't enjoy a well-timed compliment? A few kind words can brighten even the dullest day. They remind us that we're seen, appreciated, and valued. But sometimes, behind the warmth of praise, there's something that doesn't sit right. A compliment that feels too polished, too frequent, or too exaggerated can leave us wondering, is this genuine? As adults, we grow to recognize that not all praise is rooted in sincerity. Some compliments are strategic, spoken not to uplift, but to disarm. When someone always agrees, always flatters, and never offers constructive feedback, it may be a sign that their intention isn't connection, but control. Flattery, when used carelessly or manipulatively, can create a subtle pressure to please, to reciprocate, or to let our guard down. On the other hand, it's easy to mistake honest feedback as coldness or criticism. But there's a quiet kind of care in someone who's willing to offer truth, especially when it's uncomfortable. The friend who tells you what you need to hear, not just what you want, may be the one who respects you the most. Not everyone who compliments you truly values you, and not everyone who challenges you is against you. The difference lies in intention, and over time, intentions reveal themselves. What matters is learning to trust your inner sense of balance, to accept kindness without becoming dependent on praise, and to welcome feedback without letting it break your spirit. In a world where words are easy to give, discernment is strength. Stay open, but stay grounded. True connection isn't built on constant affirmation. It's built on mutual respect, honesty, and depth. After all, real care doesn't always sound sweet, but it always feels safe. 1. Understanding the reasons behind flattering words. A thoughtful reflection. Everyone enjoys receiving a compliment. It feels good to be recognized, appreciated, and valued. Yet, as we grow older and navigate complex social and professional environments, we begin to notice that not all praise is sincere. Sometimes compliments come with hidden motives, and understanding those reasons can protect us from disappointment or manipulation. From my perspective, as a woman who values authenticity, it's important to recognize the common reasons why people flatter others insincerely. These reasons are not about blaming anyone, but rather about gaining awareness so we can navigate relationships more wisely and protect our emotional well-being. 1.1 They want to benefit from you. One common reason behind excessive praise is a desire to take advantage of your kindness, skills, or generosity. People may compliment you to make you more willing to help them, to borrow from you, or to rely on your efforts without reciprocation. For example, I've seen colleagues repeatedly praise others for being so talented, kind, or always willing to help, only to delegate their own responsibilities onto them. The compliments feel like a prelude to a favor expected but rarely returned. While it may feel nice to be seen as capable and helpful, it can become a burden if the praise is a way to shift work or obligations unfairly. This kind of flattery creates an imbalance, where one person's apparent generosity or competence is exploited rather than appreciated. Recognizing this dynamic helps us set healthy boundaries so that praise does not become a tool for manipulation. 1.2 They want to influence or control you. Another reason people offer insincere compliments is to subtly manipulate emotions or behavior. Flattery can be a way to build false trust or create a sense of closeness, making it easier to influence decisions or actions. In relationships, whether professional or personal, this can sometimes look like a person sugarcoating their words to lower your defenses. For example, a partner might use frequent compliments to gloss over underlying conflicts or to discourage questioning. This tactic, while seemingly kind, can create confusion and dependency rather than genuine connection. From my experience, genuine respect and care do not require constant flattery or inflated praise. When compliments feel strategic or overused, it's worth pausing to ask what the underlying intention might be. Healthy relationships thrive on honesty and balanced communication, not on emotional manipulation through excessive praise. 1.3 They want to avoid conflict or discomfort. Not all insincere compliments come from a place of self-interest or control. Sometimes people flatter simply because they fear confrontation or disagreement. In many social situations, a compliment can be a way to smooth over tension or avoid expressing a true, potentially uncomfortable opinion. I have noticed that some people, when unsure or unwilling to share honest feedback, choose to praise instead. This approach can create a surface-level harmony, but it sacrifices authenticity. When individuals lack confidence in their viewpoints or prefer to keep the peace, they might offer empty praise rather than risk disagreement. This avoidance of conflict can be understandable, especially in professional settings where relationships are fragile or hierarchies are strict. Yet, it can also hinder growth and trust, as true respect often comes from the courage to be honest, even when it's difficult. 1.4. They want to build a favorable social image. Lastly, some people use compliments as a way to craft a likable or good image in social or professional circles. Constantly praising others can be a deliberate strategy to appear warm, approachable, and kind, qualities that garner social approval. However, this polished exterior sometimes hides more complicated intentions. The person who seems endlessly sweet or agreeable might be protecting themselves or masking uncertainty. Behind the scenes, their true feelings or motives may be less transparent. From my perspective, authenticity in relationships is far more valuable than a facade of perfection or universal likability. While being kind and encouraging is important, it should not come at the cost of sincerity. When compliments feel routine or performative, it's natural to wonder if they serve personal branding more than genuine connection. Final thoughts. How to approach compliments with wisdom. Compliments are a wonderful part of human connection. They uplift, encourage, and bring warmth to our interactions. But as we grow in emotional intelligence, we learn that not all praise is created equal. By understanding these 4 common reasons behind flattering words seeking benefit, manipulating emotions, avoiding conflict, or building social image, we can protect ourselves from potential harm while appreciating genuine kindness. When a compliment feels authentic, it resonates deeply because it aligns with what we know about ourselves and how others see us. But when it feels off, it's a signal to pause and reflect. We can gently test the foundation of that praise. Is it consistent? Is it supported by actions? Does it feel free of pressure? As a woman navigating the complexities of adult relationships, I've found that setting clear boundaries and trusting my intuition are key. Valuing honest feedback over superficial praise helps me grow and maintain meaningful connections. It also reminds me that real appreciation comes not from words alone, but from respect, fairness, and mutual care. In a world where words are easy, but sincerity is rare, our ability to discern true kindness is a vital form of self-respect. We don't need constant praise to feel worthy. What matters is the authenticity behind it. And in this way, we honor ourselves and others by embracing honesty, kindness, and clarity in every interaction. 2. Recognizing signs of insincere praise. A thoughtful perspective. Compliments are a beautiful form of human connection. They can brighten a day, encourage effort, and foster goodwill between people. Yet, as we mature and experience various relationships, we sometimes encounter praise that feels excessive, repetitive, or even manipulative. Understanding the subtle signs of insincere compliments can help us maintain emotional balance and build healthier connections. From my perspective, as a woman who values authenticity, it is essential to be aware of the different ways praise can sometimes lose its true meaning or even become a tool for other intentions. Below, I reflect on 4 common signs that praise might not be as genuine as it appears. 2.1 Excessive compliments that defy reality. One clear signal of insincerity is when compliments feel exaggerated or premature. For example, hearing "you are the most amazing person I have ever met" after only a few days of acquaintance can feel overwhelming or even disingenuous. While everyone enjoys a flattering word, excessive praise too soon may indicate a hidden agenda or an attempt to quickly establish trust or admiration. It can create unrealistic expectations and put pressure on both parties. Genuine compliments tend to grow naturally as people learn more about one another, rather than being over the top from the start. In my own experience, I have found that authentic appreciation deepens gradually. When praise is measured and matched by meaningful actions, it feels more credible and rewarding. 2.2 Repeated compliments without depth or constructive feedback. Another common sign of insincere praise is constant repetition of vague compliments without any specific or helpful feedback. People may say things like, "You're so great," or "You're amazing" frequently, but never offer concrete comments or suggestions. This type of praise can sometimes serve as a way to avoid deeper conversations or honest evaluations. While general encouragement is nice, the lack of meaningful engagement may signal a reluctance to connect on a more genuine or supportive level. As a woman who values growth and authenticity, I appreciate when praise is balanced with constructive insights. True appreciation involves recognizing both strengths and areas for improvement, fostering trust and mutual respect. 2.3 Compliments follow quickly by requests. An unmistakable red flag is when compliments are immediately followed by requests for favors or help. For example, someone might say, "You're so talented. I really admire you. Could you please lend me some money?" Or, "You're amazing at organizing events. Can you plan this for me?" This pattern suggests that the praise serves as a setup to gain something, rather than being purely heartfelt. While it's natural to ask for help occasionally, using flattery as a prelude to requests can feel transactional and insincere. In my observation, healthy relationships involve respect for boundaries and mutual give and take without needing to cloak favors and excessive praise. Recognizing this behavior helps maintain emotional clarity and avoid feeling used. 2.4 The absence of fairness. Complimenting only you, not others. Lastly, it's worth noting when someone singles you out for praise while failing to recognize others' efforts or qualities. A genuinely kind person tends to offer balanced appreciation, acknowledging the strengths and contributions of many, rather than focusing excessive praise on just one individual. When a person consistently elevates you but never praises anyone else, it might indicate ulterior motives, such as trying to gain your favor or create dependency. It can also reflect insecurity or social strategy rather than genuine kindness. In my experience, fairness and honesty in giving praise build trust and respect far more than selective flattery. Acknowledging others' value alongside your own shows maturity and true generosity of spirit. Reflections on navigating praise with wisdom. In the journey of life, learning to discern sincere compliments from insincere ones is a valuable skill. It protects our emotional well-being and helps us build meaningful relationships based on honesty and mutual respect. If we pay attention to signs like exaggerated praise too soon, repetitive vague compliments, praise quickly followed by favors, or exclusive flattery, we can better understand the nature of the connection. This awareness does not mean becoming cynical or distrustful, but rather approaching relationships with mindful discernment. As a woman striving for authenticity, I find it empowering to appreciate compliments that come with depth, fairness, and truth. These compliments reflect a genuine connection and encourage personal growth. They inspire confidence not because they are grandiose, but because they are sincere and balanced. Moreover, offering honest praise ourselves, neither overstating nor withholding it, contributes to a culture of trust and respect. By acknowledging others' efforts with fairness and kindness, we promote authenticity in our communities. 3. The hidden risks of excessive flattery. A woman's perspective. Everyone enjoys being praised. A sincere compliment can brighten our day and boost confidence. However, when praise becomes excessive or insincere, it can bring hidden risks that affect how we see ourselves and others. Speaking as a woman who values honesty and self-awareness, it's important to recognize these dangers. First, too much flattery can create illusions and make us lose touch with reality. Constant praise might make us believe we are perfect, causing us to overlook areas where we need to improve. Without honest self-reflection, personal growth can stall. I have experienced how easy it is to get distracted by compliments and miss the constructive feedback that truly helps. Second, excessive praise can cloud our judgment of others. When people consistently flatter us, we tend to assume their intentions are good. But sometimes, flattering words can hide manipulation or selfish motives. Accepting uncritical praise can blind us to warning signs in relationships. As a woman who values genuine connections, I've learned to look beyond words and watch actions closely to ensure respect and honesty. Third, flattery can be used as a subtle tool for control or exploitation. Some may use compliments to gain trust and influence decisions. This can threaten our autonomy if we are unaware of the motives behind the praise. It's important to stay mindful about why someone is giving compliments and whether their behavior matches their words. To navigate this, I believe the best approach is to appreciate compliments while maintaining awareness. Praise that is balanced with honest feedback and fairness feels empowering and builds trust. But praise that feels too good to be true, repetitive without meaning, or linked to favors should raise caution. In conclusion, excessive flattery carries hidden dangers that can distort self-image, impair judgment, and open doors to manipulation. By practicing self-awareness and discernment, we protect ourselves and foster relationships based on honesty and respect. True praise uplifts without misleading, and that is the kind of appreciation worth welcoming. 4. How to handle people who overuse flattery. A thoughtful approach. Everyone enjoys receiving compliments. When genuine, they uplift and encourage us. But flattery that is excessive or insincere can cloud judgment and open doors to manipulation. From my experience as a woman who values sincerity and personal growth, I've learned that handling people who often flatter requires a balance of awareness, observation, and clear boundaries. First, stay alert and don't let flattering words lull you into complacency. It's easy to feel warm and comfortable when someone praises us, but the key question to ask is this compliment true? Is there evidence to support it, or is it just empty words meant to please me? When we pause and reflect on the sincerity behind the words, we protect ourselves from being misled. This mental check helps us avoid the trap of false confidence or misplaced trust. Second, focus on actions more than words. Trustworthiness isn't defined by who praises us most, but by those who consistently stand by us and speak honestly, even when the truth isn't easy to hear. People who truly care will share constructive feedback instead of simply showering praise. Observing how someone behaves over time reveals more about their intentions than any number of compliments they give. As a woman who values meaningful relationships, I find that sincere companionship means more than flattery. Third, learn to appreciate constructive criticism, even if it feels uncomfortable. Compliments can feel good, but it's often the honest, sometimes hard to swallow advice that shows true concern. When someone is willing to point out our weaknesses or mistakes gently and respectfully, it means they want us to improve and grow. This kind of feedback is a gift. Recognizing its value encourages us to be open-minded and resilient rather than defensive. Finally, establish clear boundaries. Some people may use flattery to borrow favors, manipulate decisions, or control situations. It's important to recognize these patterns and respond with gentle but firm refusals when necessary. Saying no politely and clearly protects our time, energy, and emotional well-being. Setting boundaries isn't about being harsh, it's about respecting ourselves and communicating our limits so others understand what is acceptable. In my journey, I've realized that handling flattery wisely involves combining a calm, thoughtful mindset with attentive observation and assertiveness. By not getting swept away by sweet words alone, and by valuing genuine feedback and clear limits, we create healthier connections with others. This approach fosters respect and trust foundations for any meaningful relationship. In a world overflowing with sweet words and easy compliments, honesty stands out as the most precious gift one can offer. As a woman who has navigated many relationships and encounters, I've come to realize that sometimes the people who don't constantly praise you are the ones worth keeping close. This insight challenges the natural desire to seek approval, but ultimately encourages deeper reflection on what truly matters in human connections. It's tempting to judge someone by how often they flatter us. After all, a compliment can feel like instant validation, a quick boost to our confidence. However, true character is revealed not in the ease of giving praise, but in how a person behaves when praise is unnecessary. When you are imperfect, when you face challenges, or when you have nothing tangible to offer them in return, genuine relationships are built on more than empty words. They thrive on mutual respect and honesty. People who dare to offer constructive criticism, even if it's uncomfortable, demonstrate care and a willingness to see you grow. They value your authentic self, not just the polished version you may present to the world. Conversely, those who only offer flattering words may avoid the hard truths, which can hinder your growth and even lead to misplaced trust. As women, it can sometimes feel complicated to discern the intentions behind compliments, but the ability to look beyond the surface, to observe actions rather than just hear words, is empowering. It helps us protect our emotional well-being and maintain clearer, more authentic connections. Rather than chasing constant affirmation, learning to appreciate honesty even when it stings enriches our self-awareness and strengthens our bonds. So, when you reflect on your relationships, don't measure someone's value by the sweetness of their praise. Instead, pay attention to how they stand by you during your imperfect moments, how they offer feedback without hidden agendas, and how they treat you when there is nothing for them to gain. These are the true markers of trustworthiness and care. In the end, honesty is rare and invaluable. Embracing it with gratitude can lead us to more meaningful and lasting connections, where we are loved not for what we appear to be, but for who we truly are. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.